Mhm. Welcome, welcome. Allowing ourselves to have any sort of access to what we feel inside and to what we know to be true in our reality, to give ourselves access to that is the most impactful thing that we can do. And we're, in my opinion, we're witnessing a sort of destruction or collapse of that, of expression, of giving ourselves access or allowing individuals to have access to their sort of internal matrix that doesn't have form, that just is. Um, you know, it's it's never easy for me to like plan a sort of talk. Like I'm not speaking from a script. A lot of this is abstract. A lot of this is something I just am sifting through. Like I'm panning for gold. I'm trying to find the right or the more interesting ways to phrase our predicament. And I don't know. Today was weird. I learned that a buddy of mine from high school died 4 days ago. I wouldn't say he was a close friend at all. Like I didn't hang out with him at all like that, but I knew him more than anything, and I had other interactions with him that I'm very grateful for. But it made me feel. I wasn't sitting here crying, no, but it made me really appreciate my breath. I feel as if death has been taken away from us in a way. The over consumption of it on our screens is killing our relationship with it. We don't have a understanding of natural law anymore. It's more of a understanding in a more instantaneous way that if it isn't instantaneous or at least fast, people really don't have any sort of mental power or physical power to direct their attention towards it. I think that's why I do these little videos. I mean, it's not that I'm going out about and being like, follow my YouTube. Follow my YouTube. Yes. Like and comment and give me money. No, I'm beyond that. I am beyond that. I record these for the same reason I write, for the same reason I paint, for the same reason I pick up my guitar and sing a song or play a song. It's an access point. it's access to me, to my expression, and I can download it into time or timelessness if this always sort of exists. But like I said, these don't really have an agenda. If anything, it's just crazy talk, and I think it's funny to listen to other people's crazy talk, so I can only imagine what mine sounds like. Or read you something. I've been really focused on mediums and media and the effect of sort of our language, um, this sound and noise and screens, and I'm trying not to look at it in a sense of right and wrong. I'm looking at these sort of things as a just an occurrence that's happening without really any attachment to it. I wrote, the screen addicts. Oh God, let me restart. The screen addicts those to language and reason. Outside of it is a direct feeling of themselves, but inside is a feeling of masking yourself in different worlds, none of which you own. I wrote this little poem after beauty and death, butterflies and meth. The city is a maze of guests, searching for each other, but hidden in a garden of all things living, all worlds in feeling. I don't know where I was writing with this one, but it's fun to see. I'll read you this. Scrappers, thieves, witches, and steam. Electric spells, light speed communication. If all is observed, all will simultaneously be the act, actor, and audience. While it's being recorded, and the dialogue is being kept by a typer who trained endlessly by the teachings of artificial intelligence. Uh, Interesting concept that I'm having trouble bringing to words. That if we're always being observed by cameras or um, other people, but mainly cameras and sort of the access to the global village and the screen being attached to cameras as well, I think creates a very interesting paradox of everyone becoming the actor, and audience, which is it's kind of hard to explain. I don't even know if I can fully like grasp what I've said. I know these aren't necessarily my ideas. Um, I'm not a claim to be like that original, but to form anything new, I'm sure you've learned by now. It takes a lot of repetition. I mean, you go outside nowadays, right? Go outside, and something I like to challenge. Excuse me. Something I like to challenge with myself is going outside in public and not being on my phone. I mean, sure, if I have to answer a call, check a text, sure. But to scroll, to sit on my phone for more than like 2 minutes, even then, 2 minutes is a long time to just be looking at something. But I'm really trying to be aware and present and available in public, which is something I don't think a lot of people are, is available in public, but they complain about these. Obviously, I'm generalizing, but there's a complaint about people being bored or stupid or ignorant and not active, but they simultaneously don't really do anything outside of that. I will admit I'm not, or I haven't been the most active person in public, but when I do go out in public, I stick to that belief. I could blame financial reasons or something, but it's a, it's a, it's all really a lot. But becoming the actor or actress and audience all at once, I think you need more passive viewers, which, I mean, there's an abundance of those. The actors need to believe in a sort of role, right? While the act holds it all together, holds the roles into the whole, right? Now, the orchestration of that, I don't think is necessarily like directly involved with someone thinking of controlling a population or a certain group of people. I think it just has to do with the direct effects of screens, instant communication, um, cameras being everywhere. And I think in a dramatic tone, when we talk about these roles I was just talking about, the audience, the actor, and the act, society has a very programmable act for you to play or role for you to play. And that consists of being concerned with statistics and numbers and a sort of um, a sort of a, I don't even know how to explain it. Those types of roles when you're very fixated on being a stat or being fixated on a direct image, it takes you away from your power into a more role based thing towards the act. But I think what becomes more interesting is when we can create the act and we can be the actors. The audience will always be the audience, right? But the act and actors, what sort of act can we create? What actors can we bring towards something new? And I think in a very, like I said, a dramatic way, we need to sort of reimagine our daily lives, get out of our convenience, and build something. I have some ideas on what I want to build, but building something is it's not just building a building and hoping people come to it. Building something is so many parts into the whole entirety of the life that you are trying to emit, or that you emit from your body and your mind into that creative expression. And I noticed that a lot of people's energy is directed in such a inconvenient way that is, it's sort of holding up a way of being or a way of living that is self-destructive, but temporarily it's such a way of life that 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 the contentment it provides to you outweighs the uncomfortable nature of that new thing you're trying to build. And I feel like we're all kind of sort of stuck in between that is contentment and being so uncomfortable in our creation. I want to keep rambling, but I think I'm going to get back to writing and reading, or maybe not reading tonight, but I want to get back to some writing. I'll throw some names that I think you should listen to. Marshall McLuhan, really influential person to me right now. A fellow named Neil Postman. Um, hmm, Damien Eccles. See if you can use those people to your advantage.